What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. It's your boy Payne. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you all are having a fantastic weekend, enjoying the weather wherever you are in the world, or family time. I'm about to go see my kids and my mom's. Oh my god, I needed this break. Slept in today, feel fantastic, re-energized, and we have a brand new topic to discuss, and that is, hey guys, congratulations. First off, we finally did it. We completed the Jeju Island Alliance Raid for the first joint operation. So congrats, everybody. So what this essentially means is we have a brand new operation coming up in the month of February, right? Which is now. So now we have, as they promised, the preview Queen extermination section. Preparations are complete for taking back Jeju Island. Now the Alliance must enter the Ants base and face the Queen. Prepare for the big day. Now, if you're not aware of this, the Queen Ant is going to be the brand new guild boss also that's being presented to us by Netmarble in the next upcoming patch, which is coming out February the 13th. I just want to send a quick, friendly little reminder that we have a full-on live stream for the Korean and Japanese content that's coming out. Remember, the Korean live stream always gives us the best codes. The Japanese, surprisingly enough, gives us pretty good codes, and they both cover two different things. So we're going to talk about Kanai, we're going to talk about the guild, the brand new guild boss, which is going to be the Queen, the brand new Alliance stuff, new content, hard mode demos, etc. So a lot of new content coming your way. So please, guys, it is up on the channel. If you have not done so, go subscribe, go like, hit that notification button. Make sure you join us. We will be doing a full-on review of that content when it is released, and that is coming out on February the 11th. Okay, so that Korean live stream is the 11th. The 12th will be the Sharp live stream, which is the global one. The 11th also will include the Japanese live stream right after the Korean live stream. So there's a lot to look forward to, a lot of live streams coming up, and a lot of brand new content. Now, as for the Queen herself, we don't know much about her yet because we don't know whether the Queen is going to be like Fakna. Yes, if you don't know what Fakna is, I'm not trying to say a cuss word here. That is the dragon, the guild boss. We don't know if she's going to be exactly like Fakna and she's going to be weak to all elements, or if there's going to be a different setup for the Queen Ant, right? So another thing to also note is we don't know whether the guild items from the guild boss are going to be the same as well. We don't know if the guild spear is going to continue to be the only method of getting the spear, or if there's going to be a brand new weapon added. All of these things are all a mystery. There has been no leaks on this, nor am I looking at leaks right now, just because, you know, obviously problems from the past when it comes down to leaks being incorrect, and obviously don't want that issue again. So I don't know what the exact outcome is of the Queen Ant. I don't know if she's going to be, or the Ant Queen, I don't know if she's going to be again, very similar to Fakna in regards to elements, or if we're going to get something unique and different. Now, if you are like me and you remember the fight from the actual story, there is always a protector that's around. So I'm wondering if they're going to add a little bit more AoE and more protection for the Queen, because in the fight in the story mode, there's always a protector around that keeps her from breaking or taking damage. So we have to actually focus on ads versus just focusing on the boss. So there might be a little bit of a twist, and I really hope they do something different for the boss, because I think just having straight DPS and just, you know, putting up big EP numbers isn't as fun as I'd like it to be. I think adding a different layer of, you know, strategy or boss fight would be a really cool concept finally for a guild boss. I think Fakna has already been a punching bag for long enough, and we know that, you know, we don't want the same thing over and over again. To me personally, I think that's what I'd like to see, is a little bit of a difference in strategy. Now, in regards to the reward that we just are getting, which is an awesome reward actually, and that's a volume 1 free weapon choice for SJW. I want to talk a little bit about what you should be going for and what the best option is for your account. So I'm going to give you guys a couple scenarios, and I'm going to give you a couple milestones of where you are. Now, with these milestones, you'll be able to gauge your own account and be like, okay, you know what, Payne said this, and he says this is the best thing to choose for this milestone, versus, hey, I'm all the way over here and this doesn't apply to me. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about it. Now, my personal weapons for my free-to-play account are as follows. I've got a lot of A9 weapons, which I can complete to A10. I've got a lot of A5 weapons, which I can go up to A6. And I've got a lot of A4 weapons that I can, or A2 weapons, A3 weapons that I can move up to A3, A4, etc. Right? So there's a lot of different choices for me. And I'm going to break down what my suggestion to you is, and hopefully this will help you guys choose the right weapon for your account. Alright guys, so being a volume 1 loot box, there's not going to be a lot of choices that are currently out, right? For example, there won't be anything for the new light weapon, the pole, there won't be anything for the fan, etc. Right? So we are going all the way back, the newest weapon being DKD. Now, let's talk a little bit about what the best choice is for every player. depending on where you are in the game. Okay, so first off, the 3 best support weapons in the game are here still. So we still have ourselves the Moonshadow daggers, we have the Plum Sword, and we have the Grimoire. These are honestly the 3 best options you're going to be able to go with when it comes down to universal support. If you don't have the Moonshadow daggers to A5, if you don't have the Plum Sword to A5, you don't have the Grimoire to A5, these are the 3 best choices. The first one to start with is always going to be Plum Sword. When it comes down to story mode and WOBL content, etc., existing WOBL content. When it comes down to team content, when it comes down to like POD and Guild Boss, Moonshadow daggers are better for A5. So it's up to you. Whatever you want to focus on more, that's where you're really going to put your focus on. Now, the last weapon here, the Grimoire, not as popular as the last 3 or the other 2, mostly for Guild Boss. If you're looking to increase your Guild Boss score at A5, Grimoire is a great option, especially if you already have these 2 at A5. So if you don't have advancement A5 for the Plum or the Moonshadow, it's up to you where you are in your account. If you've completed all story modes and you're not really focusing on WOBL that much and you want to focus more on POD, for example, for rewards, or if you want to focus on like Guild Boss, then you go for Moonshadow. If you want to focus on WOBL story, etc., or just pretty much any content that's regarded single player content, not team content, the Plum Sword is better. And then again, if you have these 2 already at A5, you push the Grimoire to A5. That's pretty straightforward stuff right there. Okay, now if you are focusing on Baron, and that's kind of where you're hunting cores from there, you're doing all that, you're trying to get your remnant power up, etc. The other 2 options outside of having these 2 already maxed out is going to be DKD. So having the Demon King dagger maxed out at A5 is the other best option, because it is the best DPS weapon in the game at the moment, and still I believe is. The only problem with, of course, with this and this is the fact that the brand new Deimos is in fact weak, strong against a wind, right? So keep that in mind. So that's the main thing. So if you are going to want to use the wind weapon, your wind usage stops at Baron and stops at Vulcan, right? So having DKD will help you with both of those content, no problem. No problem. DKD is obviously the next best choice when it comes down to the first 3 that I mentioned, okay? So having your DKD at A5 is going to be your best bet on defeating Vulcan, especially if you're a new player, and defeating Baron, okay? But again, your first 2 choices should always be getting these 2 to A5. Always, 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 always. There's no question about it, okay? Outside of DKD, the other best choice here is going to actually, believe it or not, be, and this is only if you're running the fan, okay? This is only if you're at WOBL Deimos and you're running the fan now, right? And you need the next tier weapon beside it, it's going to be the bow. The bow is your next best weapon of choice to get to A5, because it is a very powerful weapon when paired specifically with the fan. If you don't pair it with the fan, not quite as good, but with the fan, it is pretty powerful. Now, for my account personally, just because I'm almost there, I'm actually going to choose the bow, because for me right now, the bow is the only thing that makes sense. I'm not going to get the fan, but I do need a good fire weapon, right? And the other one's already A9. Out of luck, I'm probably going to get one of them to A10, my Plum Source to A10. So for me, the fire bow is the next best choice here when it comes down to actual weapons, and I do need to get it to A5 at the very least to get one fire weapon that's worthwhile having for fire content. So that's my best choice. Again, not going for the fan anytime soon. Well, you know what, that's not true. I am summoning for the fan, right? You guys can see right here, it is there. It's just I'm not getting any luck, and I'm not planning to craft the fan. So we'll see if I can. Now, I believe if I wanted to, if I buy this, let's see if it's back. It is back. Okay. If I wanted to, I can now get a fan at A1 if I want to, right? And that's the key thing. I don't really want to at the moment. Unless I can push the fan to A3, A4, it's really not worth it to me. Again, to where I'm at in the power scale of the game. But I can at least get an A1. Now, I might save these tickets for an upcoming future WOBL and see what the weapon of choice is there. But that's up to me. So again, if you are planning to get the next best choice outside of DKD, it is going to be the Phoenix Bow. And again, the Phoenix Bow pairs extremely well, specifically with the fan. Okay, so that's going to be the next best choice. Outside of that, it's up to you. The other weapons are not that great. DKL is probably the next best choice, the Demon King longsword. But again, if you're on Deimos, you don't want to choose that because there's resistance to wind. And then if you are wanting to try it, it's up to you, the Huntsman. The Huntsman is a light weapon because Deimos is weak against light. Light is another choice you can go with if you want to. Plus, not to mention, they give you a couple of free Huntsmen along the way when you're doing the what is it, the combatant thing, the 18 levels of it. They give you, I believe, 2 huntsmen, so you can actually get your huntsman up a little bit further and push that to maybe a 3, a 4, and try this out as your main weapon on Deimos. But I'm not sure again how good it is, because all my testing has been with the guild spear and the staff. The huntsman was decent when I did some of my testing on it, but it definitely didn't stand out as a great weapon overall for it. But it's still not bad. It's still a pretty good weapon because it can break, it does have light damage, and has a pretty strong core attack. All right, well, there you guys go. Hopefully that gives you guys an idea of what to go for. Again, if you have any comments or questions, or if you have your own opinions, please leave it in the comment section, guys. Remember, go like, subscribe, hit that notification button. More videos on the way. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.